I've actually done some of these. I know what I'm talking about.
Like 50 of them.
That's so great.
I've done 31.
Wow. 31?
That's
Yeah.
the one Sharon.
So this is the one Sharon's working on. It's the butterflies, Lepidoptera. And my antennas are terrible, but who cares?
Are you serious? You
Yeah.
just give it to me if
No,
you're
no,
in
it's
shape.
already, it's going to a little girl
What
in
did you say
Texas.
was terrible?
The antenna.
The antenna.
Some of the antenna are not so great,
No.
but you won't be able to tell once it's quilted. I don't care. Oh, yeah.
They look fantastic.
I'm glad you think so. Don't come look closely.
You know what?
But
It's beautiful.
It's, yeah, and for the most part, it looks great,
Ooh.
but then there are things that just aren't great. Okay, so this is the swans. This is one of the easier patterns. She ranks all of her patterns. If you go on her website, you can see the pattern ranking. It's 1 through 5. And it basically has to do with if it's different animals and how many different fabrics. This is a 1 or a 2. It's really pretty simple.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it complicated?
I could
I
make
just
it.
told you, it's a 1 or a 2.
Just kidding.
I could make it.
Yeah, it's not hard, but you'll learn the tricks tonight that'll make all of them easy.
Okay, great. No, I love
This one is
I'm
a
like shaking my
5.
head. It's beautiful.
Oh, that one is a 5?
Yeah, you were
Because-
supposed to get the other
I know.
fabrics to go with the Essex Scots.
That's so.
Okay,
that
and
is
it's a
so
5 because there's 9 different animals and 6 colorways for all the different animals. Or 9, I think it's 9 colorways, 6 fabrics in each colorway. And that's what makes it complicated. You've got to keep track of which fabric is which.
Oh my God, your backing fabric.
The back is
super
cute.
Yeah.
cute, Vic.
I know. Yeah. It was fun.
Okay, and this one too.
Yeah, and then this one's gonna get hung up. I've had it finally done for a while, and I just finally got it
I like
quilted.
the green and gray.
Well, we
So this is,
we have this one up on the wall already, but we're gonna, this is the new one.
so
this
this
is
is
a new one
Fancy
going on the
Forest.
wall.
It's one of her first ones. It was out about 8-10 years ago. And the backing on this one is all forest animals too. I think it's Ruby Star.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cute.
But,
Cute.
Yeah. So anyway, this one, okay. So what makes this complicated is the stack of fabric, okay? That's the hard part. All you have to do is figure out which fabrics are in which group. So you're looking at page 4, okay? The first thing we're gonna do is figure out the animal fabric. Every animal has 2 fabrics, okay? So the fox is pumpkin. So I'm gonna pass mine around and you're gonna find your pumpkin and put your label on it. Okay, so, and yeah, if you have them sort of stacked in what you think of as the right colors, go from there.
Yes, yes.
The other one is off-white. That should be the easiest one in your box. You shouldn't need me to pass this around.
Okay.
She's going to pass us a piece of fabric.
Okay.
and we need to
So
look
find
for
your
some
off-white
fabric
and your,
and find
there
the
is one that's
label that
feather,
goes
but that's
on it.
feather. This is off-white. Oh. Okay. It is. See, off-white. Off-white looks pretty bright white. That's feather, that's off.
So this is off white.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't believe Lynn got it yet. I didn't see her.
I think it's in that stack.
Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Madonna.
I think there's only one.
That's the
This
pumpkin.
one.
This is the.
This must be the off-white, that's the white? Is there a whiter white and then an
There's a
off-white?
whiter white and there's feather. That's feather,
This is feather?
and this is off-white.
This is.
There you go.
Here's your pumpkin, Vicki.
It's not this one, it's this one.
Here's pumpkin. For
There's
you
pumpkin.
Okay, so every animal has 2 colors, right? The fox is pumpkin and off-white. The only thing that's off-white is his tail. Oh, and his nose, right around his snout, okay? The next is the bunny, and it's cobblestone and Bunny Hill pink. Okay, cobblestone is sort of easy to find because it's one of the few gray ones you have.
You have to find it on the list.
Is that cobblestone and Bunny Hill pink?
Pink, is that this pink?
Nope, that's too bright.
Super light one.
It's a real pale pink.
Is it in here?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Yep, nope, yeah, that's it, and that's it. Yay, good.
Okay, so the cobblestone
Yep.
is this one.
Okay.
That's the pink and that
That's not it.
cobblestone.
This,
Yeah.
it's pink.
That's cobblestone.
It's in here.
Those two are
What
pink.
pink is?
Cobblestone and the light pink.
Bunny Hill pink.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep, yep, and the cobblestone,
No, it's in that stack right there.
okay. Did you find your cobblestone?
Yeah, that's the second one.
Yeah, good, perfect, okay.
All right. Put
Go
this-
back to the.
Now you see, okay, once you get these labels
Honey, what-
on,
which
you
color is
will,
this one?
they will live on there, right?
So
As
you have
cut
this
them
is
out,
off-white. Feather?
You're
This
gonna
is
keep
the
your labels,
off-white.
because you're gonna need them
One that's
later.
white is off.
Okay.
Is off-white, I
The
got
Yeah.
that.
deer blocks.
Yeah, take them apart and set them separately.
Yeah, you wanna put the two animals, put them together, the two colors for each one together, okay? Now that other white, that is feather.
Yeah.
That's for the deer antlers, and fawn. So the one that looked like cobblestone, might have been cobblestone, but it's darker, is fawn.
This is feather, and this one's fawn, Marilyn.
Okay, and this is fawn.
Thank you for
Is that
making these
correct?
labels for us.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's feather, and then this is fawn.
Yep. It's in your hand, I think, yeah. And then feather is the other one that looks like off-white, and it was in this stack. It's in here.
Here, I
somewhere.
got it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
Sorry people in the video about running around, but
There.
I want you to see the colors.
Sepia and amber. These are gonna be tricky because some of your block fabrics are very similar to this. Sepia, that's not it. Amber.
Oh, amber.
That's amber. And this is sepia?
Yep,
All right.
okay. Yep, okay, the,
Is this sepia?
yes, I'm sorry.
Yes, and then.
Amber is probably,
here.
yeah, yeah, the second fabric for the animals is a fat 8, not a fat quarter, so it should be in a different pile. Yeah, that's amber. And then
The
sepia.
one's all folded is the sepia, the amber is the open piece.
Yeah, so some of them are part of the folded and some are in the stack because they're fat eighths versus fat
The
quarters.
big one is the animal.
And
And
big one is
this one is the
sepia,
accent.
yes, and so amber is the little one,
Yeah.
Marilyn. Sepia is this one.
The dark one is sepia, and amber is the little one.
Oh,
Okay.
then I have it the opposite way. Vicki,
Uh-oh.
wait a minute. Amber.
See, I've been
Do I
in
have
the
it-
carpet club, I've done this.
Amber is
before.
the little, you got it backwards, sepia is the dark brown. Because this is a bigger piece of fabric, okay?
Once you figure out what
The bigger
families
piece of
are.
fabric is the darker one typically, the other one is the accent fabric. So, since this is the bear, this is the majority of the bear, this is his snout,
Okay.
okay?
Of which? Oh, this is.
Of the bear.
That's the bear.
Okay, if you look at the picture of the bear, you can see he just has a little bit different color.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
in fact, look at the pictures now and you'll see the bunny is mostly gray except his ears. Okay, the fox is short, which is why his nose is turned to the side, otherwise it would be.
Oh, yeah, I saw the nose, I just noticed that.
Otherwise his nose would be buried in this quilt. So you see his tail, his snout, and his nose, okay?
Okay.
So the only other color on the animals is the espresso, which is this little piece. And you're gonna have tons of this left, because the only place you use it is the eyes and noses. And it's espresso.
Where's their sticker?
It's there. It's probably on the other page.
Just fill in your color. Put the sticker on
Oh, there
so
it
we
is.
can read it. There we go. Espresso. Thank you.
All right.
On the bottom. It's their little eyes.
It's the
It's
little
on the
dark,
back, it's not on that page.
it's all a little dark spot.
It'll be called, in the pattern, it'll be called the dark for nose and eyes. That's all it'll
I
say.
think all the noses is not eyes.
Yeah, so it's on every animal, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, so, now we're gonna go down to these colors, okay? The fox blocks, if you look on the cover, every time you see the fox, he's got a quilt that is in greens and golds, right? So all of his colors are these. So I'm going to pull them up. He's got daffodil.
Daffodil, bright yellow.
Bright yellow. Yep. Okay. It's the true yellow. Zest is sort of a greeny yellow.
What color is that one?
Zest.
Zest.
Daffodil.
Move your hand.
This one?
No,
What are you looking for?
those two that are below the pink.
Oh, you need
Feather
these.
and a fawn, and fawn.
Yeah.
And which colors?
Which is the zest?
Zest is kind of a greeny. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Okay, wait,
No,
so
that's too
it's
green.
daffodil?
Daffodil's the bright
Daffodil.
yellow,
Yeah.
and then I think this is the other one here,
Okay, and it goes with the.
Okay.
I think.
No?
Is the other one a
There it
folded
is.
one?
Yep.
I had it hid.
Yep. Zest.
Zest. Yeah, I think that one's called
Is it this
Zest.
one right here?
Yeah, I think that's Zest. Part of the folded one.
Okay, and these are all, these are all.
Can I get all your permissions to put you on YouTube? Thank you very much. Okay.
All right, so that's fabric 1 and fabric 2 so far of the fox. We still have 4 more.
Okay.
The next one is Gold Rush. I'm just going in order. I think it's that far.
Gold Rush.
Yep.
This is Gold Rush right there. You want- Hopefully, keep up. Keep up.
I'm trying to go slow so everybody can get
If
to it.
this is slow.
Now you see why I wanted you to have them all
Yes.
out. Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this.
This is nice.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes, the sticker.
Everybody in Videoland better make stickers so that you're ready to
Well,
go.
we have stickers for everybody who bought a kit. They can come and get them.
Oh, well, I can mail them to
Or you
those
can
that
mail
need them.
If they're out of state.
If you need them mailed to you, let me know by sending me an email.
Okay, fabric 4 for the fox is split pea.
Split pea would be
Yes,
there.
pea, it's over in the far
Yeah, but
right.
she's one behind
Oh,
there.
Gold Rush. Check with her. I think
Split
that looks
pea.
like it. Yeah,
Everybody found split pea? It looks just like the soup.
it does. It really just looks like Anderson's.
I had a
Which
charger.
is no more, but, you know. Okay. There you go. I think that's it.
That looks like my split.
Okay, are you guys getting ahead? Kelp is indeed, but that one that looked like it could have been split pea, but it's darker.
Little darker green.
Yeah, kelp. Yeah.
Yep,
I'm
sorry.
gonna set that next to the split pea so we can show that kelp
I'm
is a little
recommending
darker.
that once you get these labeled with your fox, you put the fox and all the colors for his blocks in a pile. Together. Okay?
I'll do that after.
Yeah, that's fine. Last one is cypress. That's fabric number 5, or 6, I'm sorry.
Cypress.
That's a darkest.
That's that dark green there.
The dark green. Yeah, it's a
Where's
dark
your-
olivey forest.
So there you go. You were ahead of the game on that one.
I caught up. Good, okay.
We're good here?
Yeah.
Yes, everybody's good on that. We got the cypress.
Okay, so your pumpkin should look like this, guys. Or your fox. Pumpkin,
Your fox.
white, daffodil, zest, gold rush, split pea, kelp, and cypress.
Nice.
Pumpkin and off-white. Okay, so one of your, it's right here.
That's your fox.
That's your fox. Oh, so put all of these together?
So big question, you
Yes.
said
Yeah, those go together. They're the fox.
one, fox or animal
going one, which one, this way?
No, across. Fox
This
and
one?
off-white goes with all of those
Oh, okay, I have.
that we just did.
Yeah, the fox
Okay.
and the off-white.
Oh,
And
okay.
the fabric one is cool mint.
Cool mint.
Yep.
Where are we going now? Oh,
Bunny,
mint.
cool mint.
Who needs that one?
Yep.
And I think she's got it up there already, so, okay.
so.
Then jadeite.
Oh, jadeite. That looks like the next one there, huh?
Yep, you guys are doing great. I'm really impressed.
What a weird name, Jade.
Which one is it?
Unless of course you're Taylor Swift and, you know, opalite and jadeite. Okay, then jade is similar, but just a little more, a little darker, a little more aqua, right?
Jade.
Jade, okay. I love this one, meridian.
Meridian.
blue.
Jerry's.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That is
Hey.
Okay. Meridian is
Oh,
the
you're
top
getting,
of the
you're kind of a late start. I'm videoing. You can jump in. If you have
This is jade, and then this.
Marilyn,
Meridian.
can you help her get her kid or get somebody to get it? Because I can't stop videoing.
And verdant is the next one, and it's a really dark green.
You have to keep track of my stuff.
I'll help you. Okay,
Marilyn, do you want me to put your stickers on yours?
Okay. Jade.
yes, verdant,
Verdant is the dark green.
dark.
Okay.
Okay, and now we have a fun one. This is obvious too. Acid green. It might be a bigger piece.
Oh, I see it, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's one
Or
of those.
it's not folded into a back border, it's just a, it is a
Acid.
back border, but it's just folded differently.
Yeah.
Why? Because it fit in the box. They had to make some of them fold differently, so they.
Sorry,
fit.
I'm left copying. That's okay.
Okay, and the last one for the bunny is leaf. It should be the last green you have. It should be like obvious. Yeah,
Is it? Oh, there you go. It's the last folded green.
yep.
There we go. Sweet.
All right. Are we ready to go on to the deer?
No, I'm still doing, I just pulled her on the stick.
Okay.
She's back.
Okay,
Marilyn's
deep
coming.
breath. That's leaf, right? Okay, okay.
What did I miss? I,
You're almost there.
but I accidentally put my acid green sticker on yours. There you go. Your pile's right there.
Look at them. Okay, so guys, look at how pretty they look.
These are beautiful piles of
Right?
fabric.
Yeah, so
They look really
they
nice.
look really great.
Yeah.
They really do. Okay. All right, so now we're moving on to the deer. And there's 7 with the deer as well.
Yeah, that's the bunny.
Okay, so it started with fawn and feather, right?
Yep.
And then the next is all the, this is the pinks and the blues. So primrose.
This one is this big one. Is this one?
Oh,
No,
no.
it's one of the bigger.
It's one of these. I think it's this one. It's one of the folded ones, not,
Yeah.
or one of the bigger.
Yeah, it's a little purpley, a little dusty, yeah.
It's like a dusty pink,
Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect. Okay, and then plum blossom, which is the pink we thought the primrose was.
Oh, the pink that's in the folded pile.
Primrose, it's plum blossom.
I think it's that pink that's in the
There
folded
you go,
pile. Yeah.
right one, yep.
That's plum blossom.
Plum blossom. Yeah.
This one?
Okay.
Which one, sorry, this one right here.
Oh,
So it's
primrose is
this,
this one.
and then this one. Yes.
This one, Donna. Plum blossom.
English rose.
Okay, now English rose is this guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
These are so close.
Yes.
Where did you find that one? In the folded ones?
Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
the folded. English
Part of the
rose
folded
is that
ones.
top one, I think. Barbara, yeah, that looks like it. Okay, let me see.
English rose, you found that one? Okay. You guys are doing great.
Yeah, so now the really bright hot pink is petunia.
Oh, yeah.
That one's obvious.
You're like on it.
Petunia?
Petunia.
Yes, see, this is denim.
Okay, now we have blues as well with the deer. So the first one is Blue Jay, and it's kind of more of a sapphire. It's kind of a lavender
Right.
blue,
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
right?
Oh,
Yep.
fine.
Blue Jay.
Yep, Blue Jay.
Next is denim. Yep.
Denim, that's one of the
Denim.
folded ones.
Getting easier because there's not.
Yes, because
Yes.
there's fewer, right?
There's fewer.
And the last one is Galactic. And it's
Galactic.
kind of dark.
Like kind of a
Yeah,
greeny.
it's
Yeah.
kind of greeny blue, but yeah, that's Galactic. Just take your stuff out and put it in piles and I'll help you as soon as we're done, okay? All right, last envelope.
Okay, so that goes with the fawn and the feather, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yep.
Goes with the fawn and the feather.
Now we're on our bear.
We're on the bear. It's the last row in there.
Oh, yeah, well, it's supposed to go with everything.
Okay, the first one with the bear is the amber and the sepia, okay?
Okay.
And apricot is the first one, and it's the palest peach you've got.
That's
That's beautiful.
apricot.
No, that's not it yet.
You are so good at
No,
this.
that's not it, it's that light one. No,
There you
it's
go.
that one.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Now, you are all going to have two. The big one is your binding.
Oh, the big one is the binding.
All together now. Oh. And it's peach fizz.
Peach fizz.
So it goes apricot and peach fizz. So peach fizz, the big piece, is your binding,
The big piece is your binding.
okay? Then melon.
Melon.
Where's this? Melon is a
It
little,
was in your big.
yeah, there you go. I only have one.
Melon was not one of the little folded ones.
No, you got another one right here. Oh, okay.
Melon. All right.
Melon was this one?
Yeah, looks like it, Marilyn.
The orangey one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the orangey one.
Okay.
Melon is that orangey,
Okay,
yeah.
got it.
I think it's cantaloupe. That's what I get it. Okay, so the other one you thought was more melon is nectar.
Nectar.
Come on.
Okay, nectar's your top one right there.
Yep, there's nectar.
Yep, and nectarine is next. Here's nectar. Yes, you do.
I don't have a nectar.
It's right there, under your, right there, right there.
Yeah.
No, right there at the, that
No,
one.
I don't have a name
Oh,
for
you
nectar.
don't?
Yeah, I don't have a name for mine either.
What is that?
Nectarine?
Well, you
That's
have some
nectarine?
white ones, so. put
People
that
are
on.
putting nectarine on it. It's not nectarine, it's
We have
nectar.
nectar and nectarine, so I apologize.
Okay, we'll just
But you
make
have
one.
4 blank ones, so put one of the blank ones on and write nectar on.
This one, this one?
Nectar, yes.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, I thought I got them all, guys. I
Yeah.
double checked. and
It's
triple
not
checked. This is
nectarine, it's nectar.
Yes.
So you may have to hand write that one. Beautiful. I hope you guys are keeping up.
Nectar, nectar.
Craziness.
And nectarine is this one.
That's a little bit more orangey.
It's just a little bit.
I bet it's this one.
Which one is it?
Is it
No, so this one.
more,
Yeah, that one. That's one. It
which,
is that one.
which one is
I
it?
think it was this one.
The more
Yes.
This
orange
one?
one?
Yeah.
No, it's that
this
one.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, the dark one is longhorn. The last one is
The last one's a
longhorn.
little darker and it's
I
longhorn.
think it's more orangey. right?
Yeah, it's more orangey gold, yeah. It's a little, and definitely darker.
Boy, those are
You
hard
see
to
the
tell.
difference
How do you-
between those? It's really hard to
It is
tell.
hard.
The longhorn's a
I'm telling you,
little
when she knows how to
darker,
figure 'em
little
out.
more burnt
That's why
color.
we usually have a class just to figure out
Natural
the colors.
background.
Right, so if I didn't make you a label for binding, take one of those blanks and write binding on it and put it on this,
Binding,
okay?
natural background.
And I do have a background one, and this is mine, it's linen. So you should all have, it's the mochi linen.
Whew.
Yeah.
Oh, there's two?
I know, trust me, I understand.
There's two, huh? Okay.
Well, yeah, maybe.
But they're the same.
Yeah, they're the same. It's probably just the way
Two
they have
pieces
cut
that
it.
are the
All right.
background.
Now, there are two choices. You can either stack them back up in your box like this, which is what I would recommend,
Yeah.
or you can put them in Ziploc bags. When I do quilts, every animal gets their own bag with all the fabrics in it. And then I have a bag with the leftovers, because you're gonna make a mistake cutting. So just save it, okay? Okay, good for you. You can teach the next class. Okay, now, here is the thing I want to impress upon you the most when you're cutting. Go to the first page of the Fox blocks. It's page 12. So you see that once you make the fox, you're gonna make 3 fox, and you're gonna make 1 block for each of those fox. And on the bottom half of page 12, it shows you what you cut for each of the 3 blocks out of your fat quarter. And it tells you how big a piece. And you can see that there's usually some leftover. Sometimes there's not a lot, but sometimes there's some. Save the leftover in the fox bag, okay? Because you might miscut something or whatever, but just save it. Do your best to cut this as you can. What I typically do, the fabric 1 and fabric 4 are easy. You're gonna cut the length, right? That's the 21-inch part. You're gonna cut, this is the 18, this is the 21. So you're gonna measure along the 18-inch and cut a 7-inch by 21-inch strip. Then you're gonna cut a 3.5 by 21-inch strip. This is for fabric 1. And then you're gonna cut a 2.5 by 21-inch strip. Save that fabric, the last bit, put its label back on it, and put it in a bag, okay? Then fabric 2, if you notice, they want you to cut a cross section. Cut that first.
Oh.
Okay? So cut off the 5.5 by 18-inch, okay? Then cut the other 2 pieces, because you're cutting the whole 18 inches. You have no leftovers except what you will not end up cutting in those chunks. So be very careful, okay? And that's the zest, right? Fabric 3 is goldenrod. You're gonna cut the Arches quilt fabric, the 6.5 by 21 first, and then you'll cut off the Big Star 5.5 by whatever. Okay, you have to do it in order, or you can't get it all out of there. You have to do it like this. Okay, fabric 4, split P is just like fabric 1. Fabric 5, cut off the 18-inch piece, and then you save that other big chunk. Fabric 6, again, 13 by 21, and save that little piece.
So, I'm sorry, Vicki, are you saying cut this one first or this one
You have to
first?
cut this one first. You have to, because you can't cut that one, right? You gotta cut this one off, right? Okay. Every animal block has the same kind of thing. If you look at the bunny blocks, they've got the same kind of diagram.
What page is that?
24.
Vicki, did you do all 3 of one?
I'm gonna talk about that
First.
Where do you get the?
Same idea.
2 weeks in a row, they classify.
I'll tell you in a minute. I just want you to do the big pieces first.
I was afraid I
Okay, so
missed
now
it.
the deer blocks, that's on page 36. You see there's the 7 fabrics there? And again, It has a description, okay? And then the last one is the bear. And it is on page 48. Okay?
There's a big pattern. There's 50,
Yeah.
50 pages of pattern.
Yeah. It's a lot of pages because she's really good about
That's nice.
giving step by step by step instructions. It really is. Okay, so where are the animals? They are at the end of the blocks. So the fox blocks are there, and then on page 20, it has you cutting for the fox. This is gonna confuse you, I'm sure of it, so look at me for a second. This is the fox fabric, and this is the fox fabric. This is if you're making the big quilt. This is if you're making the small quilt. Circle this one, because you're making the big quilt, okay? That's the one you wanna use. And again, you'll notice that the way she's diagrammed cutting these pieces out, you can't do with a rotary cutter. It would be as if you had done templates and drawing. So what you do is you cut this E piece at the top. The E is one and a half by 2 1/4. Okay? 2 3/4. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was looking at, yeah, 2 3/4. So it's 2 3/4 long. So cut a 2 3/4 strip off of your fox. And that's when you're gonna get your handy
You're gonna cut
dandy
across here first.
alpha clippies or your alpha biddies.
Where do you see that E?
E is gonna be.
The E
in
is on the
list.
diagram. The cutting
Up here.
are on the page opposite,
Got it.
okay?
I missed them.
So, what I typically do when I go to cut any of this stuff out, under eye and nose, it says fabric A. So I put one of my little alpha bitty A by itself on top of the eye and nose fabric. B, C, and D, I put on top of the muzzle and tail fabric. And it tells you it's off-white. So I put the off-white there, and I put B, C, and D next to it on top of it. E, F, G through J, all the way down, I put the pumpkin and all those letters on that. So I do all of this before I cut anything for any of the animals, okay? Then you do the background fabric, and it's K through X. Okay,
Can I ask you
yeah,
something?
sure.
So on this guide
Uh-huh.
here is for the large quilt.
It is, but it's only one.
What did you?
This is how what each size piece is. So you need to look at this as well. You're gonna be doing 3, so you have to multiply each of these by 3. If it tells you 11, that means you need 33.
Right, but here it's like E.
The diagram is always.
shows you 3.
Right. The diagram will, yeah, so when you're doing the actual pumpkin and off-white, that's fine, because you can see on the diagram how many you need to do, even though in the actual legend, it only tells you the size for one. You need to make sure you cut enough for all of them, okay? So again, you're gonna cut this strip off, you'll cut the E, the G, and the I pieces just like it showed here, and save the little bit left over. Then, I typically cut out, I would cut this way. I would cut what I need for the H's.
Down there.
So, for 6 H's, they are 3 3/4 by 6 3/4. So clearly, this is 3 3/4, this is 6 3/4. So I would cut a 12-inch piece, okay? Because you're gonna have enough left over. Do the math though and make sure that you have enough to do all the J's. J is a square, and it is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, so that's roughly 9 inches. So 12 and 9 is 21, so you should be fine. But you can make it a little less if you need to, right? So when I cut this piece off, I cut out all the H's. Then what's left, I cut out all the J's and the F's. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And then when I'm done with this, my pile that says fox fabric E through J should be empty. Because as I've cut them, I've taken J and I've clipped it onto that bit of fabric. Just like, let's see where I have them cut. Nope, I've sewn all these, I haven't cut them.
No samples.
But they typically, this is the succulents I'm doing right now. So this is the, or I'm sorry, the desert animals. So this is the nose and eye, and this is the rest of the eye fabric and other accents. And then I have all my fabric 6s are all clipped together for all 4 animals.
Different quilt.
All fabric 5s. This is for Freya.
As an
Fawn.
example.
All fabric 3s are clipped together. All fabric 2s. And so what I would do is whatever I need from fabric 2 in this piece, I would put my little letters on here. And as I cut them out, I clip them with a binding clip. So I have my little magnet of binder clips and my alphabetes, and I clip it on. And then we're good to go. You would do the same thing for your fox. I would go ahead and cut out all 3 fox, and you can actually sew them partially together. Because, look at the picture across from the cutting. You've got a quilt block in here with hands and a head and legs, right? And, oh, for the fox, also a nose. So you can actually sew a lot of this top part and sew a lot of the bottom part and sew this long strip and just clip them together and put them aside. You can do the hands, but you can't put them onto the quilt until you get the quilt block done, right? But you can make M and J. You can put all the little fabrics once you cut out the blocks, okay? I'll explain more of that. But what I did when I made mine is I cut out one animal at a time, okay? If it's all the fox, it's all the bunnies, it doesn't matter who you start with. Start with your favorite, start with one you think is easy, it doesn't matter. But cut all 3 of them, and then cut out a corresponding block, the quilt, right? And what I did is I doubled up on my clips with those. Before I had started sewing them, because I cut the fox and the fox block, and I cut the bear and the bear block. And so rather than using 2 sets of clips and losing them and forgetting who goes with what, I just doubled up, because clearly the fox only has background, pumpkin, and off-white. It doesn't have any of the other greens or colors on it. So if there's other colors, that's part of the block, and then you go to the block. So all the blocks have the same kind of diagrams, right?
What page is that?
The fox,
Foxworth, page 12 for the blocks.
yeah.
Oh,
the-
page 12
yeah.
for the fox block.
The fox blocks start on actually,
For the large quilt, it's 12.
yeah, page 12, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that was, we
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
at that
Okay.
earlier.
So on
Okay.
page 12, it shows you which blocks are in the, for the fox, and then they're just a page or 2 for each block, right?
Yeah.
But only make one of the quilts at a time. And then add it to the fox if you've already made the fox, or make the quilt block, make the fox, put it all together. However you feel like is the easiest to do it, that's fine. The tricky thing with all of these is the hands. The hands are a square. I think it's J usually or whatever. And then there's corner clipper things, little 1 inch on all 4 corners. If you look, oh yeah, right? So 2 of them are background, the top 2, for the left and right hand. And then the bottom of the hands, one is the border fabric and one is the binding fabric. When you look at the cutouts,
You have different ones
instructions,
on the 4
it'll
sides.
say border fabric, binding fabric, excuse me. Okay, and the binding fabric is all 1-inch strips. Have fun. So straight. I highly recommend for all of her quilts, you decrease your stitch length to at least 2. I do mine at 1.8, but that's because I'm wacky, but I feel like 1.8 is good for, when you're sewing a 1-inch piece, you need to bite it a lot. And so you need to have a lot of threads in there holding it together. So that's why I do it. I pretend like I'm paper piecing. So 1.8 or 1.85, okay? If you can't do that because you can't see to take it out, don't go higher than 2. Definitely decrease your stitch length to at least a 2, okay? So you see that all the quilt blocks have the same kind of crazy cutouts, right? For all the different fabrics. So you have fabric 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 or 7, right?
What
Well,
page is that?
you've just done those. You know what they all are. They're all right here in your pile. So keep them labeled as fabric 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or it also tells you what the name of it is. It says fabric 1 and what the name is. So you should be able to keep track of it, okay? Put them in their own bag with their own clips, okay? So you're gonna use letters A through H for the quilt blocks. Easy peasy, you went A through X for the box, but only A through H for the actual quilt block. So once you start piecing these and you're done with H, everything you have left is the box, right? All the letters. That's why I doubled up. It just was easier, okay? All right, trying to think. Some of the tools you're going to want to use for these things. A favorite, you all use the folded corner clipper, which is not in here. If you don't have it, you have the easy angle. My folded corner clipper's in a different one. But that'll help you with all those corners you're cutting off, right? So this is invaluable. Make sure you line it up vertically and horizontally so you get a nice diagonal cut on all those corners, okay? You're also going to use this when she has you making flying geese in some of the quilt blocks, you're gonna be using this. Just pay attention to what side you're cutting off and make it look like a flying geese, okay? Or sometimes you use it for the animals because she's trying to make the bunny's ears look rounded. So you will be using something like this. If it makes you nervous to cut off a 4-inch piece, because you don't have a 4-inch piece to replace it with, draw a line, fold it back, make sure it's correct, and that it looks like the picture. The pictures are really good, and then go ahead and sew it, and then cut it off. You can always cut it off later, okay? But I cut it off because I don't want all that extra bulk. And because I've done 31 quilts. So, the other thing, she doesn't give you a lot of extra fabric for your half-square triangles. And you've got a lot of half-square triangles here. She tells you to cut them 3 inches or 4 inches or 4.5, a little bit bigger than what you would normally do. Draw a line, so you're gonna use that Quilter's Magic Wand, okay? I highly recommend you sew less than a quarter inch seam allowance, because then you'll have a little extra to cut. You don't have a lot of extra fabric. You saw how those cutting diagrams were.
So slightly
You don't have a
inside the
lot of extra
lines.
fabric to make them that much bigger and trim them down. So you will trim them down, but you're not gonna be trimming much. You're just gonna square them up, okay? And I did that with mine. So I had 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch to trim off. total, and that was fine. So just sew straight and you'll be fine. But those are important little tools, and so what I use for my half square triangles is my block rulers, and I have 6 sizes because you sometimes need 1.5. Not in this quilt, but in other quilts. I think you use the 2 and the 3 in this quilt predominantly. But if you have a 6.5, that's fine. You can use that and just cut it. You can cut smaller than 6.5. Okay. If you only have a 2.5, you can't cut a 3.5 or 2.5 block. You need a bigger. Okay. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I like to look at the pictures when I do quilts. You have to read the words too, I'm sorry. You just have to, because sometimes the picture is, she's showing you from the back side and you can't tell what the heck she's done because it's cutting it off. And I'm going to give you a really good example. The bunny was fun. Look at page 33. Okay. The picture is not clear what the heck you're doing. What you're doing is you're making the bunny ears with pink in the middle and a little bit of that cobblestone around the outside. So if you notice, you sew a V piece to a G piece. That's this. You do a right and a left, okay? Then you put an H on the corner. Okay, and you cut that off. And then you put an I on the other side. Again, a right and a left. You're doing mirror images. Then she has you do a background over the same pieces. The T and the N, that gives you this rounded ear. That gives you all of that.
Oh, I get it.
Okay? It's a great way to do it, but it's a little crazy if you've never done it before, okay? You just take your time and look at the pictures and read the words and you'll go, oh, I understand now. And so pay attention to the bunny. The deer's antlers, very fun.
That's scary.
They're on page 45 and 46. You get to strip piece. You're actually cutting bigger pieces than you need, and then you get to trim them down. Yeah. So that's what all figure 4, figure 5, that's what that is. And then if you look down at figure 6, it'll show you where you put those pieces that you just strip pieced, right? The P and the D and the QCR, do you see where they are down below? Okay, that's to make a left and right side. And then if you look over in figure 7, it shows you where they are. Okay? So, simple instructions, easy peasy, but take your time.
Yeah.
You've gotta take your time. And you can't be watching grandkids or, you know, a murder mystery on TV. You just can't. I'm sorry. You need all of your faculties paying attention to this. Even talking with friends sometimes, you'll cut the wrong side off. You don't, so you just kind of have to be in your own little bubble. In fact, if you come to my Elizabeth Hartman class on Thursdays, we're really quiet. So everybody's concentrating. I mean, and we're all, well, I say we're quiet. We're all talking, but we're all talking to ourselves. Okay, now I need to cut the right side off. You know, we're telling ourselves what we need to do. Don't worry about it. That's part and parcel of these things.
Are you adding the nighttime Elizabeth Hartman class?
I can if we need to. I haven't yet, but I certainly can. Well, I can look at the calendar. I think I've gone over everything in my notes. Questions? Do you feel like you can get started now, and I will help you with your fabric? We'll be fine. Again, keep your fabrics together for each animal. Don't let somebody play with it, and you're gonna have to go through and figure it out. But at least they're labeled, so if they get mixed up somehow, you've got back on page 4, okay? And just keep track of the instructions. Once you go and put the quilt together, there's instructions at the end that tell you, is it the end? No, it's back where the fabrics were all described. It tells you how to put the big quilt and the small quilt. So, oh, ye of little faith. So, once you get them all done, it's putting them together, and that's on page 5 and 6. So that's the extra background. I typically don't cut the background for the sashing and the rest of the big quilt until I'm done with all the piecing. I just save the big chunk of it.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason to have it all sitting there and wondering, what is this piece for?
Yes.
Or you'll see, oh, it's a 3.5 inch piece. I need a bunch of 3.5 inch squares, I'll cut it up. Oops, now you don't have your sashing. So just leave it whole. And then when you're ready to lay the blocks out, you can do it. And I don't know if you noticed, but I laid my blocks out completely different than this for my wall quilt. The only thing you have to be careful of, most of the bear, the bunny, and the deer are essentially the same size block. The fox is not, because his nose is sticking out. So wherever you have the fox, you have to have a different size spacing in that row.
That's what these little spacers are for.
Yep, that's what that funky spacing is for. That's why it's different size. Okay? But it's all right here, along with all this. It even tells you how much background to cut for the whole quilt. I typically don't do that. I cut what I need as I go. It works out fine. I mean, if you want to use this, you can. But sometimes, the thing I found with Elizabeth Hartman patterns is quite often she'll have you cut more strips than you need. Because you'll cut the big strips, cut all the big pieces out of that, whatever's left, cut the next size. Trim it down and cut the next size. Trim it down, cut the next size. And then when you run out, then cut your next strips. Because you'll save fabric. I have sometimes 1 yard to 2 yards left over for my kids at Elizabeth Hartman, of background. And it's because she assumes you're gonna cut a strip for every width you need. You don't need to do that. Unless you want it. I mean, you can. If you do, you'll have enough fabric. If you want left over, don't do it. Just cut it as you go, okay? Questions?
Is this a crazy one to be your first Elizabeth?
Actually, no, I really feel like it's not so bad. It's crazy because you're making 3 animals and then a different block for each one. So that's kind of crazy. But once you make your first fox, your first bear, your first bunny, your first deer, the other 2 are gonna go like that. It'll be really quick. And the blocks aren't difficult. They're all 12-inch blocks, but it's a quilt as opposed to a block, right? So you're making 12-inch blocks, so some of the pieces are a little smaller than you're used to, but they're not minuscule like sometimes with some of her other animals and creatures, which will remain nameless and back in the back room. But they're not too bad. They really are. And typically, on her stuff, if you really need it to be a 1/2 inch, she'll have you cut it at 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches, sew it with whatever it needs to be sewn to, and then trim it. So you'll see that every so often. Trim to a 1/2 inch, and it'll say from the seam over. So there you go. And then, she wants 1/4 inch showing, but she's given you something to trim down to. You don't have to start with a 1/2 inch, which is really nice. It's much easier. Yeah. Now the fun part.
Quick question.
Yeah.
The bonus project,
Yeah.
do we have enough fabrics?
You
for
definitely
this?
have enough background, and you probably have enough of some of the fabrics if you're careful. I'm not sure which ones.
Okay.
Buy a bunch more from us.
Yeah. This is a tote bag that'll be out at the end of the month. It's a nice big tote bag.
Yeah.
It'll fit the whole thing. And it says Elizabeth Hartman and Friends on the back.
Jerry sent an email today,
Yeah, I sent an email out to everybody.
and it's first come, first served, so if you want it, then you should be putting your name on the interest list.
Yeah.
Do you recommend having didn't check my email this afternoon. Yeah, I probably did.
That's two.
So,
I have two because I don't just use them for Elizabeth Hartman. I have other projects going that need this many as well. So I had to recently buy more of my pink and blue and gray because I put them away really safely and I can't find them.
and we have the new Clippies that just
Yeah.
came out, they just.
And these are
came
great
out.
too, yeah. Let me
Yeah,
show you.
they're brand new,
From here
so,
too.
yeah.
I'm glad that you have it.
Yeah, they just.
They're nice because you don't have to have, they've already got a clip attached. You don't need to have the letter and a binding clip. My only complaint about these is you have to find the letters. I keep these in alphabetical order and then I lay them out. So when I go to use these, I have to put them in alphabetical order every
There's
time.
Waldo.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal. I mean, come on, I'm an adult, I know my alphabet, I can find it. And if that's my biggest complaint, that's not bad. So, but yeah, and you don't need a lot of tools, regular, the ones you've been using. This, and your Quilter's Magic Wand are basically what you need. And then your regular rulers. And when you cut, the first cut to trim it up, you'll need a 24-inch ruler. But then you can fold it in half and you can cut with 12-inch or 14-inch or whatever is convenient for you. So yeah, the cutting is pretty straightforward and pretty simple. Follow the diagrams, it'll save your bacon, okay? Guys, I'm around at the shop all the time. You can leave a note for me, In fact, if you want my phone number and email, I'll give it to you now, you can write it down. My name is Vicki Tym, T-Y-M. My email is Vicki Tym, VICKI-TYM, @gmail.com. Really hard. My phone number, and I won't answer if I'm in a meeting or something, so you don't have to worry about disturbing me. 805-587-2543. And if I can't get to you, I'll call you back when I can. So just leave a message, or you can text me. You can take a photo of what the problem is and go, what did I do wrong? And I can help you back out of that problem. Quite often you're looking at it this way and you need to look at it this way. 805-587-2543. Okay, it should all fit back in. If it doesn't, you might have to partially. And again, once you start going, you can use these. You can use the project boxes, which are really nice. They're a little bit bigger, a little roomier. Or I use 1 gallon and 2 gallon Ziploc bags. I needed the 2 gallon when I did the dinosaurs because the pieces were big and the flamingos were big. So, but sometimes 1 gallon is fine. Okay?
All right. Thank you, Vicki.
Thanks for